the all-time leading NCAA rushers, holds a bunch of records all time. Maybe the epitome of like, I don't know, defying all odds, like I led in the show with.
Perseverance.
Yeah, the pride and joy of North Platte, Nebraska, man. Our main man, Shadron State legend, NFL legend, Danny Woodhead joins the show. Danny, what up, brother? How you doing, man?
Good. How you guys doing?
Good, man. Good. Hey, we share something, man. We're both old school RMAC guys.
You're RMAC guy?
I am. Look at that shit. See?
Let's go.
I'm that motherfucker, Daddy. I'm kind of like that motherfucker. Here's the thing.
Where were you?
I was at Fort Hays before I went in my AA.
That's right.
And we beat the shit out of you. We beat the shit out of you, and then you beat the shit out of us.
Hey, Coach. No one ever got me. Not at Fort Hays.
Hey, you're way younger than me, though. See, you weren't even around. You were like a baby. You were a baby when I played at Fort. I was at Fort Hays. No, I wasn't too far ahead of you, dog. I left there in 2000.
Okay, yeah, you weren't. But I will say this. I think I only played him 1 year. And 49 carries my freshman year
against Fort Hays. God,
it was 100 degrees on that hot turf
at Fort Hays.
100 degrees.
They probably just got new shit. I think they got new facilities around that time. I don't know. Yeah.
They did.
We played you guys -13 there at Shadron my junior year. -13. And I told Smitty the next day we drove back from Shadron all the way back. It was our last game of the year. And it was 71 the next day in Hays.
Sounds about right.
I was like, you got to be shitting me. Where the fuck am I, man? But anyway. And from LA, going out there, and a bunch of us former D1 guys, we went out to D2, not sight unseen. We had a head coach Coach Peyton Manning at Tennessee. We were like, all right, we're going to go here and see what's happening. And it was a good time, man. RMAC was good. Now they're in my AA. Shit, it's probably the D1 of D2 football as far as the leagues go. But
it is.
Man, let's dive right. I can't thank you enough, man. Perseverance, I guess, is the descriptor for you, man. We're D2, why? Where you were from, Platte. I mean, I know that area. I know it's really, really under recruited. And did you go, unseen and said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go here and ball out and do my thing," or nobody gave you a shot?
I mean, we can just look at me, right? Yeah. I mean,
I told Smitty, I'm like, white running back's a rare E40. He said it.
You just look at me. You're like, that guy's not going D1. Doesn't matter if he runs 4.3. Doesn't matter what he does. He can run 4.3. He could run 4.2. He might even be able to run 4.1. At that time, you're not taking a running back that's unfortunately a little white guy. I mean, and 5'8", 200 pounds. That's nothing at that. In those days, they're looking for 6'3", 220, which is like, how many Derrick Henrys do we have in this world? One. I mean, let's just be real with ourselves. And man, yes, overlooked, whatever you want to call it. Nebraska didn't recruit me. That hurt. When you're in Nebraska and the only D1 school doesn't recruit them, why would Iowa take a flyer on that guy? There's just no reason. And I mean, I still Brian Ferentz was with me in New England. I was like, hey, why didn't Kirk do something, man? I was just down I-80. But no the thing is, I mean, it is what it is. It worked out how it worked out, and man, I'm blessed. I was able to play 10 years. If you said, hey, Danny, you'd be able to win a national championship for Nebraska or whoever, right? Or you get to play 10 years in the league. This guy's taking the ladder.
Wow.
So, I mean, I wish I could have played for Nebraska. I was a diehard Husker fan, but things work out how they're supposed to work out.
No doubt. Sure. Why Shadron over Kearney and these other smaller places that I know recruited you? I know that whole damn RMAC would have been all over you. Why Shadron?
Well, so there were some D1 AA's too, and my older brother, who was my best friend, was a receiver at Shadron, and my parents went to Shadron, and they were a good Division II school at that time. Now, they aired it out and threw it 50 to 60 times.
Damn.
So I think it was wild when I went there and we started throwing it significantly less. Yeah, but no one got super mad because we were able to
no shit.
We were able to do some stuff. We had good players. I knew, guys, Wyoming was in there late. and I thought they were going to offer, and Shadron had already offered me. But I was like, do I want to, no offense, but do I want to go suck for 4 years and not get any burn?
Yeah, right.
Or do I want to play on a team that has a chance at winning the championship in D2? I chose that because I was like, if I'm going to, not that my goal was to be known, but I wanted to have success. And it was going to be tough to having success at that time at like a Wyoming.
Nah, no doubt. Nah, I hear you. Yeah, it's a great point. I was just going to ask you, 2-time Harlan Hill Award. I was a candidate my junior year at Fort Hays, so I knew what it was. A lot of people, if you guys in the chat don't know, it's the D2 Heisman, basically. And you got it, what? You got it back-to-back, or is it just, or did you get it twice?
Back-to-back.
Man.
Broke all those records, man. Love it. I love the story, man. It's actually a great one. A lot of people don't realize. A lot of D2 players at the time were going to NFL. People don't talk about it. There was like, I want to say 21% at one point that was part of the NFL. I'm a JUCO guy, so I break down the JUCO stats all the time too. Yeah. It's ironic. It's crazy. It's weird, but can't thank you enough for hopping on, Smitty.
Nah, for sure. And then the kind of transition that from college to the league, you go undrafted. So kind of walk me through those, I guess, early emotions. Like, you had this incredible college career, did literally everything you could possibly do, and then still go undrafted. During that like early phase, were you a little discouraged at any point, or did you kind of keep that same just mindset of just like, hey, just keep going?
Yeah, I mean, I had a good pro day. I ran fast. I jumped high. Yeah. I knew there were some things that they didn't like about me, obviously, as we may have touched on.
Yeah. Sorry.
But I kept doing what I was supposed to do. I was like, you know what? If I'm going to get an opportunity, I got to control what I can control. If I'm going to pout about it, whatever, like, I have no chance. And if I listen to these guys, if I listen to the GM or the coach that is treating me like a 501c3, like they get a write off on their taxes, like, then I'm not going to make it anywhere. Like, they're like, oh, Danny, this is a really cool story. No. Like, I'm not here about the story. That's not why I'm here. I'm not trying to like have a fun little, I'm at camp and I played in a couple preseason games. Like, that was not my goal. And even when I got released from, people can use their imaginations wherever I got released. That was basically what it was. It was like, hey, and I was like, dogs, I didn't retire. You're acting like I retired. Right. You fired me, and now I'm going to go elsewhere and try to do my best there. So I think it was just kind of the attitude of like, no, I'm gonna do everything I can, and I want to do everything I can to make you, whoever doesn't want me, look really, really not knowledgeable at this sport. And I wanted people to question decision making, because that's what happens if you pass on a good player or fire a good player. And that was my goal. And every day, like, I tore my ACL year one. So yeah, I got discouraged, man. I wanted to quit, and my faith's a big part of my life. And I felt like I was supposed to just like keep pressing on, and I would get the opportunity eventually.
That's incredible. That's incredible. A quick follow-up, JB, to that point. What was that moment, I guess, early in your career, whether it was a preseason game or it might have been like a practice where you just balled out and kind of like took that first big step of letting the coaches know that, hey, like, I'm legit. I deserve to be here.
I think there was a couple times my rookie year in OTAs and stuff, and the players started calling me White Lightning because we were doing this drill as the tackling drill. It's like an angle. You can cut back or you can just shake them and go. And we did it all throughout OTAs until training camp. Eric Mangini had this deal, and I didn't get touched until training camp in Revis. It was Revis. Mm-hmm. Other than that, like, I didn't get touched. And I was like, I can do this thing. But then I would say really, really, when I was like, I feel like I'm here, was in New England. I had 3 days of practice. Kevin Falk just tore his ACL. And I basically got an opportunity. I was on 2-minute drill, and I was like, why are they trusting me? And end up scoring a touchdown, ran a same side jabbo out of the gun and cut it all the way back and just outran the Bills and ran the corner. And I did the weirdest celebration in the world. I like kicked my leg because I didn't know what I was doing. I was like, this is my first touchdown. Like, I didn't even know they would allow me to play running back. I thought they were just going to let me run down on kickoff a couple times.
Right.
What was it like sharing the backfield with this guy?
I mean, that cat's decent. I mean,
he's all right.
Hey, you know what? Looking back, like obviously greatest of all time. I don't think it like, I mean, we can talk about it when Pat Mahomes retires or whatever, if depending on his Super Bowls. But I mean, yeah, this is kind of a nasty play. But it was awesome. And just like the small things, like we know it's 2-man, and like the things that I'll look back on, like him and even P. Rivers, but like they like what Tom would say. He goes, "I need you here, Woody," and it's like I know it's like I got a little option over the ball. They put a linebacker on me, which is incredibly disrespectful, right? But all I got to do is I got to win one way or the other, and I always knew I was getting the ball when it was something like that. So, man, he was just so good. I mean, he gets enough compliments, but he's just insanely good.
Nah, no doubt.
Go ahead, Jimmy.
No, I was just saying, like, I don't think people realize they saw you at the backfield. Yeah, I think you had more touchdowns receiving than rushing in your career, right? What was that? Is that like what they're doing now in Houston with Mixon and other guys, how they use it? Is this are you an extension of the pass game? When they went empty, you would spread out. I know they would bounce you out or motion. They did that a lot with Tom. That was another receiver out there, similar to Marshall Faulk with the Rams. We had Mike Martin not too long ago, Dick Vermeil. Were you just like a nightmare, mismatched nightmare out there when you went 5 wide and you were in the backfield?
Well, the wild thing is in New York, I got elevated as a receiver because I just knew the playbook, and we had a couple of guys hurt. And Kevin O'Connell was the backup quarterback at the New York Jets. We were playing the Patriots. They had me be Wes. And me and Kev were like, let's kill these guys. Like, let's just kill them. And I remember they couldn't cover me. And I remember I would run back. Rex would always, if we needed to run a play, he goes, run it back, run it. So I got to the point, I remember that week, because I was destroying the defense. I look at Rex as I'm running back and go, hey, do we need to reload this? We need to reload it? Because you need another look? Because, I mean, I may be a small little white guy, but I had a little bit of
something to it now.
Too. You gotta have a little something. Yeah. But that's where it all started. Then the next week they needed someone. We were playing the Bills, and it's like I was Lee Evans. And I won a lot that week. So they're like, the playbook, play receiver. So I did. And once I got to New England, it was kind of like they used me as that. We'd put me in 12 personnel, and it's like, hey, you guys want to go sub or do you guys want to go base? Because if you go base, we're just going empty. If you go sub, we're going to run all over you. And because I was receiver, but I also played running back fairly well in college.
Right.
And I mean, so I knew how to run the ball. So it was more so like pick your poison. If I'm a head coach right now, I'm paying a guy that can do both. I'm breaking the bank on someone that can do both, because at the end of the day, JB, you know this, it's those got to have it situations. Mm-hmm. It's third down, fourth down, red zone. Like, it's those got to have it situations. You're playing man to man. We better have 5 guys that can win man to man. And I'll tell you what, in New England, and even in San Diego, but in New England, we had Rob, we had Aaron Hernandez, we had Wes, we had Deion Branch, Brandon Lloyd, and myself in the backfield. Man. Yeah, play man-to-man on 3rd and 2 to 3.
Yeah.
Like, we actually want you to.
No doubt.
And if you play zone, we also have Wes who's going to sit wherever he wants to sit. And we have Rob who's going to beat you over the top. And so, like, if I'm doing that, if I'm building a team, I'm getting a problem in the backfield. Because every D coordinator I talk to, they'd rather face a guy that you know what they're doing. When you get a running back that can do both, it's just like what do we do as a defense unless you have the 2009, 2010 offensive line at New York Jets with Bill Callahan, because then you can put anyone back there.
No doubt. Hey, I got the chills thinking about Danny because I'm like, fuck, I think you got fucked. Here's why. If you come out now, you're like fucking like premier like steak. You're like everybody wants this act. I'm just telling you right now, you change the game because that's what they turned the NFL into anyway.
Danny was like the sacrifice. He was like he was like the first. He was a sacrifice for all the greats we see now. That's crazy.
I mean, it is. If it's just hard to stop an offense when you have that type of guy. Yes, when I was playing, it wasn't as popular. Sproles, he was kind of doing some stuff.
Yeah, Sproles, yeah.
And then I was like K Falk did too, but I played a little differently than some of those guys. Those guys were savages, but I was a little different back. But like, yeah, my buddies always say that. They go, man, if you would have been playing in this NFL, I'm like, man, I enjoyed my time.
Hell yeah.
Guys, I'm pegging that tee in the ground playing golf now. And
That's why I wanted to talk to him. I heard that.
Yeah.
You almost made the U.S. Open, didn't you?
I didn't get to the U.S. Open. I made the final stage. It's guys, you got to put that. A lot of guys, once they retire, they don't know what to do. It's like I've been competing at a high level for more than 10 years, but 10 years professionally. And then you get to a point, you're like, what do I do?
Right.
And you don't have anything to compete at. And my wife's amazing. I remember when I retired, she said, hey, honey, like you being around the house all day is kind of like messing up my domain. She goes, during the week, she goes, you need to play some golf. I'm like, JB, it's like one of those trap games. You're like,
Sure.
are you putting me in a trap? Like, is this real life?
Hell yeah. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
I'm fortunate to be able to compete at that, and I love it, man.
Let me ask you something, because I'm one of my best friends is Pat Perez, who's just gave it up. Now he's calling the live stuff. And he's gave it up playing, but we talk. It was funny, Smitty, because we talk shit on the side, but everyone's like, "Hey, Steph Curry's a great golfer," and then I go out there with these guys like Rom and Pat and them, and they're like, "No, he's not. He's shitty." And you see the difference in like that's levels, it's like us going to shoot threes with him in his world.
Right.
We're shitty. I can hit a couple threes. Don't mean just because he can drive it off the tee straight doesn't mean he's good in a fucking real event. Like it's crazy world. Like each person's sport is professional for a reason. Like yeah. Like Jordan playing baseball is a little. That's why it wasn't really his thing.
It's so true. You know it's so funny. I was talking to my business partner, great guy, gotta love him, but he has no understanding of football. Like he followed football and whatever, but played through like 9th grade.
Yeah, we're
talking, me and him, and
prime sexuals.
Yeah, and our employee, and he goes. Our employee plays flag. He's younger and he's good, really good, and he was a good high school player, but didn't play college. And Paul, my business partner, always says, "So, like, if you played now, like, do you think you'd do good?" And I just look at our employee and he goes, "Paul, he played in the NFL for 10 years." He goes,
"It's clueless."
It's just clueless, and let's be honest, guys, it's kind of precious, like it's like that's really cute, like a 2-year-old like learning to ride. Or a 5-year-old learning to ride a bike. It's like, oh, that's cool.
Adorable.
You're like, you don't know to be humbled or pissed. You're like, fucker, I played 10 years, motherfucker. Like,
I played the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
Then you're like, he don't even know me.
What are you doing?
Hey, let me full circle. Let me full circle that, because I'm still talking about this whole thing, like what you did in college. And let me just throw out, you run for fucking whatever you ran for, 2,700 one year.
Yeah.
So you run for 2,700, new division, all division record. You coming back today for NIL money? Because you would have been they would have came after you like crazy for NIL money. Shabrin, come over to Nebraska. We're shitty anyway, and dominate here. Like, I can see you making a lot of money in college right now.
Andy would have transferred 5 times, just getting bigger back.
Well, you know what was funny is, which was cool, when I'm at Shatter and I'm at D2, they in the bookstore, they were selling my jersey. And obviously at the time I didn't care. I wasn't getting a cut. But if I was getting a cut, it would have been cool when you're seeing all the three. I was number 3, all the threes in the stadium.
Yeah.
And I mean, they made shirts. It'd be, you remember the Got Milk? It was Got Wood.
That might be huge.
It was cool. So like, yes, I mean, I have thought about that. That would be an interesting scenario.
I would.
But I also understand I'm 40 years old and I couldn't do that again. So
yeah, I know. That's crazy.
That's clever though. Like at that time, he probably would have made millions.
It was one of the coolest things because people, and like, I didn't care. Like, I thought it was cool that, I mean, we're small. You were at Shatter. You went to Shatter one time. It's a small little town, but I'll tell you what, I don't know. Everyone went to games, especially in those times. We were undefeated a couple years until the playoffs. And then obviously we had some records that we set as a run game.
Yeah.
I mean, it was to the point they had to bring in stands. And then even when they brought in stands, it wasn't enough. So people would stand around the field. It was like you were at a small high school. It was wild. So it would have been cool.
Nah, that's crazy. That story, man. These are the stories I'd rather have all day long than over, like, I've had everybody on. I'm like, dude, this shit right here is the one that like moves me. But
100%,
can't think
man.
enough. Now,
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Who's your all-time, I guess, favorite teammate? Just throughout your
Oh,
career.
man.
Just somebody who just stands out?
Fellas, I had some awesome teammates. Like, I was fortunate. I mean, you play in New England, right? You're going to have some great teammates. Now, probably who I was closest with out of any player was E-Dub, Weddle. You've had him on the show a lot. Weddle's like,
boy,
him and I wish we had more than 4 years together. Like we were the guys that we would get to the facility early. We'd work out. We'd do our thing. We'd make fun of people when they walk in at 7 o'clock when we have a 7:30 meeting. It'd always be hey, good afternoon, dog. How you doing? I don't know how many times E-Dub and I, this was mine. He said something else, but I was like, oh, that's really, really cool that you want to be the best in the AFC West. Like, we want to be the best in the NFL. But like, no, that's cool. Like, we respect that. And E-Dub was my guy. Loved playing with Phillip. I obviously loved playing with Tom, but I didn't have as much of a friendship with him. I was just guys. I was underwater with a very, very short snorkel because I was thinking I was going to get fired every day. But I had great teammates there. The thing about New England that was amazing is everyone in New England was an absolute dog. The most some people are like, they didn't have talent. I'll tell you what, I was around some good players. I've never seen talent like I saw in New England, and I've never seen people that wanted to ruin your life more than everyone at New England. Like, I'm just saying, like, they want you to lose jobs. They didn't care. Like, we want to beat the brakes off you and never let you have a job again.
Is that Bill shooting it down that way? That was that approach he took when he walked.
Well, I think some of it, but the thing with Bill that he was so good at least in my days there, some people will be like, oh, maybe not now. But I'll tell you what, he had an eye for getting like the most competitive people in the world. Our practices every single day, it would have been week 16, and I'm doing my best to beat the scout team linebacker by 5 yards. And if I don't, I'm like, I don't know if that plays in. Damn. Like, I'm just like, oh, I have an angle route or Texas, whatever you want to call it. If I don't obliterate this guy, I'm a little worried it's not going to be called. So, like, every practice, I'm trying to do everything I can. And then when I didn't feel like I was getting enough burn, I just go on scout team. And I'd just be like, no, I'm going to try to ruin our
keep proving it.
You're gonna flip it. Yeah.
I did that even when I was in San Diego. I'd be like, no, let me run some receiver. They're like, guys, we have a game. It's like, no, Like, I don't feel like I'm getting the burn. So, like,
Rest.
if I have to show everyone that can beat our team, well, then maybe you should, call a few more plays.
Who was calling the O then? Was it Charlie Weiss or no?
No. So I had Billy O.
Okay.
Billy O was a dog. I'll tell you what, he almost fought Tom on the sideline. I think
No, he did.
It was one of the most amazing situations I've ever seen in my life. I loved it. And I'm a big Billy O guy. Big Billy O guy. And then Josh. And I love Josh too. Now, obviously, we all know it didn't work out great in Vegas. But
coach, different world.
Yes, you know that. But that man knows how to call an offense.
No doubt.
I mean, and this is not talking down on him, but I mean, Mac Jones was pretty successful under Josh.
Yeah.
He was.
Josh and Billy are incredible. I played for some incredible offensive coaches, guys. Ken Wisenhunt, Frank Reich, and then the staff under those guys, Shane Steichen, Nick Sirianni. Like,
did you have who'd you have in San Diego? Not Norv.
No. So Mike McCoy was the head coach.
Yeah.
And then Ken Wisenhunt was the first year.
Right.
That was the first year.
Ken's a go after you too now, guy. Yeah.
I love
Yeah, I love Ken. Ken's old school.
Yes, he is old school.
It's always a dip.
Yeah, and I loved Wiz. Wiz was amazing. And that was when I felt like, so in New England, it was almost like a niche that they had me in. But then once it was San Diego, I felt like it was the first time they let me, I feel like I was a little more let loose. And I felt like that was the first time, like not the first time, but I felt very appreciated. It was great. And then the next year I had Frank Reich, the next 2 years. Yeah. And then I had Wiz one more year. But Sirianni and Steichen were there. Nick who's an amazing head coach. People talk about how fiery he was. Man, I remember my first or second year, he was with the receivers and he did it with Keenan even, but like he was wild and out with those rookies. I mean, he'd flip. We'd be in routes on air, and we'd be doing routes on air and he'd freak out at something that felt so minimal. And I'd always be like, hey, Wiz, did you hear the sirens? I go, we got this tornado rolling through. And he would always, and he was young at this time. So he was like, oh, who's this? Who's this stupid little white running back that's coming in trying to talk crap to me? But I definitely let him hear it. And he loved it. He was under, I think, Haley at KC and Pioli was there. So he knew a little bit of the New England-ish type stuff. I was like, you remind me of New England. And then he gets his big smile. And I was like, I'm watching you, man. I'm watching how you treat those young kids.
Yeah, man, that's crazy.
So where you at now? You back home or you stay out west or what?
No, so I'm from North Platte, Nebraska. Don't live there anymore. We live in Omaha. We've been there so I came back to Omaha even when I was in San Diego, even though the weather was absolute trash. It was like my way to just settle.
Refresh.
Yeah, and my whole family, my parents moved to Omaha, my siblings, my wife's sibling, like we have everyone here. And then I like some warmth in the winter, so we'll just go down to Phoenix sometime or like Scottsdale sometimes. Every year we go down to Scottsdale. And
you play Silverleaf?
It's I get a golf down there. You
play Silverleaf down there?
Silverleaf's nice.
Yeah, that's Pat's course. So that's the only course I play. Yeah,
it's so good. And how awesome is the range setup?
Oh yeah, fuck. They're bringing
the range
and steak. That motherfuckers bring me whiskey and steak and shit. I'm like, God damn.
You're like, where are we?
Hey, so the owner of that course, whose dad gave it to him, basically, who runs it now. Well, he's from fucking Independence, Kansas.
No way.
No shit, man. He's from fucking Indy. His dad was a big time like oil guy, and fucking they moved out to Scottsdale, and yeah, it's a crazy story, man. So I go to the waste management with Pat and walk the course with them a couple years ago, and the owner is when I met him. And the motherfucker came like, motherfucker, I'm from Indy. I go, Indy where?
Don't call it Indy. Don't call it Indy. Keep going.
Yeah, because Smitty's from Indy, Naptown, Indy.
Indianapolis, the real Indy. Yeah.
But see, Danny, I made Indy world famous, so it shitted on Indianapolis.
We were already famous because we got a guy named the Sheriff and Peyton Manning who led the way. So Indy's been famous. But
you know what's so funny is I remember watching you. And me and my wife would just sit down and watch Last Chance, and we're just like, this is great. And I always was dying at how you, because, man, I grew up, the way I grew up and with the coaches I grew up, getting yelled at was nothing.
Regular shit.
Yeah. Like the stuff nowadays where it's like you're not allowed to yell or like, I'm like, what are we doing? People don't know, like, I even look back to my years in the league at the beginning of it's like, guys, I was terrified I was getting fired every day.
Right.
Like, I walked into the building looking for the Grim Reaper to see if he was asking for my playbook.
The Turk. I was like, hey, it's crazy. Hey, it's crazy you say that. Nowadays, cats are like, I'm not coming to practice. Give me a new deal. Like back in the day, we would have been like, fuck, I'm playing every down until I get paid. Like, I know what? That shit.
The last thing I ever wanted, I remember being hurt, like during I had a high ankle or something. I had to sit out a game, which was terrible. And I was like limping the next game, but had some big catches on that drive to win the 2-minute drive for playing Dallas. But like, guys, I never, ever wanted someone to take my reps. I didn't want someone to take my reps in practice during the season. If they're like, oh yeah, hey, we're going to let so-and-so. It's like, why? Like, I don't care if he's young. Good for him being young. Let him do some routes on air after practice. Like, I don't want him to run an option route or a Texas route or a fake Texas. Like, I don't want that on film.
Right.
Because even if it wasn't like as good as what I did, if someone's getting paid a little less than me and they can do it pretty manageable, I don't want that. So,
yeah,
no doubt.
I don't want anyone taking my reps.
It's a job. You not let them get any chance at all. So, no, I definitely respect that. One thing I want to kind of take a step back to, going back to New England real quick. One thing that I guess you were known for was some of your famous sayings and phrases. And I don't know if you saw this, but your man Julian Edelman kind of went viral the other day talking about your unique way of complaining. I think we got the clip. Can we show the clip real quick?
Woodhead would come up to you. He'd have like the funniest, most wholesome way of complaining. He'd sit in his locker and he'd go, Jules, do your hamstrings feel like they're in the back of a Chinese restaurant getting chopped up by a butcher? I'm like, what? He goes, my hamstrings are tired. I'm like, oh.
I started doing that as a result of a joke in Anchorman because they keep walking by smelling Paul Rudd's perfume. Apatow is like, smells like the inside of an artificial leg. So I do that all the time. They'll be like, try this sauce, and I'll put it on my food and I'll taste it and I'll go, no.
Now, is that true? Is that fact? We got a segment called Fact or Cat. Is that a fact? Like, is that something you really said?
Fellas, it couldn't be more fact. So everyone looks at me and they're like, oh, this try-hard guy, whatever. Like, he never complains. He just wants to be here, just loves. Guys, I loved football. Yeah. Like, I loved what I was doing. But I wasn't going in there with some fakeness. If I felt terrible, I felt terrible. And I was going to let you know. I remember walking out with Sirianni to a walkthrough. Or maybe it was right before practice, and we had 9,000 walkthroughs, it felt like. And I look at him, we're walking out, and I go, I have no interest in being here. I go, what about you? I go, I'm tired. I do not want to be here. And I just kept it real. And the thing is, it was okay, though. So like in New England, Nate Ebner, he was a special teams guy, baller special teams guy, played rugby, played in the Olympics. A couple other cats, and I'd sit at their locker. I'd be like, guys, what are we doing here? Like, we have to go out and practice. I feel like trash.
Yeah.
But this was my way. So I've worked with a sports psychologist. We worked with a team, and he goes, "You're one of very few that can do that." So most people have to fake it and be like, "I feel great. I feel this. I feel that." My way of feeling awesome was telling everyone how terrible I felt. Like I needed that. Like I needed it. And then because people would always, they go, "Wood, I don't get, you said you felt terrible. And then you're like running the best routes of your life."
Right.
Now, I also was playing chess with you is what I was doing.
Okay, Michael Jordan. All right.
I'm going to say all this, and I'll say it to the linebacker. I say it to the linebackers all the time. Like, "Guys, I feel terrible. I can't move." And I'll tell you what, let's not act like those guys didn't listen to that. And so what I would do is I'd say how terrible I felt. But when it doesn't matter how bad I did feel, even if I did, I was going to figure it out once we snapped the ball. I don't even care if it's individual. I don't care if it's one-on-ones against the linebackers in camp. When it's competition time, I'm going to make you pay. I'm going to do everything now, you may make me pay on some stuff, but like, I'm going to try to ruin you. Like that was my whole goal. Like I got to ruin them. And
I love it.
I mean, I was undrafted, guys. Like everything I did, I had to do everything I could.
Yeah, chipping your shoulder.
Absolutely. Guys, I came back after year 9, ended up getting hurt in Baltimore, but my whole goal, I was like 6 months out, maybe 6 or 7 months out of an ACL. And I was wearing a knee brace. And we were in OTAs. And I was back to doing everything. I remember we're in red area. This is at Baltimore.
Yeah.
They split me out, put a slant, and I score in the red zone. And I remember celebrating and screaming at the defense. And they were like, "Huh? I guess you didn't do that in Baltimore." Well, guess what? We did that wherever I was.
Yeah.
Like,
interesting.
like we're you guys are known for your defense. I don't.
That's
care.
what I'm saying. I don't care
if you're known for your defense. I don't care if you have Sizzle at D end. I don't care if Dubs is back there. Dubs knew it was coming though, because he knew that's how I operated. Yeah. And it wasn't an arrogant thing. It's like, no, we're here. And it was, I wish that hamstring tendon didn't explode on me because I felt good that year. But like, I like doing it too when I'm coming off of injury at the age of 32 and I'm going to try to beat the brakes off you young cats.
I love it. Yeah. I love it, man. That's dope.
Actually, go ahead, Smitty.
No, my last thing here is I can't let you go though without you. You kind of teased us earlier about the Big O or Coach O and Tom Brady fight story. Can you share that here? Is that a shareable story or no?
I mean, it wasn't fight, like it was on the sideline. It wasn't a fist fight. Tyquan Underwood ran a route like an in return, like a return route. Yep. We were in the red zone.
Whip, old school whip.
Yeah. China. Yeah, but on the back end, right? And he Tom was flipping out on him because Quan wasn't, it was like, I don't know if it was his first game playing, but like he hadn't been playing. So, and Tom would do that. Tom would test people.
Yeah.
I remember when he tested me, we were playing against Baltimore. It was the third game I was back and I had over like 100 yards all purpose. Like I was playing pretty good. And he just laid into me. It was a check down, threw it at my feet. And he like started, and we're at this is the national zone. It wasn't a regional game.
Yeah, right.
So like we had Nance or something like that. and I'm like, "You're really going to do this on national television?" It's 3rd and 5. And he threw it underneath my feet. Right. And I didn't know you weren't supposed to do this at the time, but he's just MFing me. And I look at it and I'm in my helmet walking back as a guy that's only played 3 games in New England and had 0 film before that. Yeah. I look and I go, Mm-mm. I just shake my head at him. Like, "Don't do that to me. I'm a man. Don't do that to me." I know. I didn't know you weren't supposed to. I didn't I was just like, you're disrespecting me. I didn't know you weren't supposed to do that.
You were just in the moment, man to man.
Yeah, I was like,
"Hey, bro, like,
how am I going to catch that under the ground?" And I was like, no,
Under
I was
the
like,
ground.
I was like, this one's not on me, dog. Like, don't do that to me. I like kind of just looked at him. I shook my head.
Chill.
And after that, we never had a problem. But
So what was he mad about? You ran too deep or what?
You didn't die.
I don't
for it?
know. I was an easy target. It was game 3, JB. Come on now. Well, he probably said, oh, you were scooting back, but it's like he threw it in the ground. Like I couldn't catch it. And I was like, this ain't real. And I just didn't know you weren't supposed to do that. But we had a great relationship after that and so on. Like
So him and Bill O'Brien.
He did that to Taekwon. Well, he threw it over, and Billy O's like, Tom, that was not a good throw. Basically, like that was because it was not a good throw. And let's be honest, that didn't happen often though. But it wasn't a good throw. And Billy O and him are like face to face, like spitting in their face. They're screaming so loud. Hoyer has to get in, the backup quarterback has to get in between them. It was out of control. And I personally loved it. I'm just sitting there watching.
You did.
You think I'm going to get in between that? No.
Like, watching it.
That yes. And the thing is, Tom was great. So like Tom was just so competitive. Like he wasn't meaning to ruin you. It's just he was so competitive and the thing didn't work. So that's how he did it. Phillip was the same way. I remember we were in Denver or at home against Denver my first year. I run a screen pass. Phillip, it's a chip screen. We get like 5 yards. It just didn't work. They snuffed it out a little bit. And Phillip, being animated as Phillip is, he's like, run there, run there. I walk over, I go, I couldn't run there. I was like, how am I going to run there? I'm going to cut back into a linebacker and die? And he started, Woody, you're never wrong, are you? I go, I'm never wrong? I go, you're the one that's trying to tell a running back where to run. So we are yelling back and forth. If JB, you might know who Nick Hardwick is, the center. He was our center, all pro, unbelievable. So Phil and I were like E-Dub and I, us three were like, and Nick were like tight. So me and one of my best friends are on national television because Peyton Manning's playing. We're yelling at each other, like just degrading each other. And Nick Hardwick has to separate us, and we have to call a timeout. What? We have to call a timeout because me and Phil are fighting. Later on in the game, like the next possession, I run an angle route and score a touchdown. I don't even look at him. I won't even look at him. We're on the sideline. He walks by me. It's not like, hey, good throw, good route. I don't even look at him. He doesn't look at me. Guys, we didn't talk.
That's football. See,
we didn't talk until we're in the training room after, and he just walks in, probably ice on his shoulder or something, just in his compression shorts or something. He goes, you know I love you, don't you? I go, yeah, but you were wrong. I was like, but you didn't know what you were talking about.
You're still wrong, right? Like I love you too, but you're still wrong.
I go, but I love you too. And I go, we're gonna agree to disagree on that one.
Phillip is so funny, man.
Hey, you're a perfect candidate, man. I can't thank you enough for hopping on here, man.
Great.
Well, thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
Shit, we gotta do it during the season, man.
Yeah.
You're gonna dive into comedy or something. I can see it.
Yeah, you funny as hell.
You're like that quiet comment, like AJ Hawk and like
JB. No one knows about this though, because when I was in New England, they were like, not that I'm like the funniest guy. I'm not claiming that, but in New England, people are like, huh, like
you play football.
No one knew about what Edelman was talking about because they're like, oh, Danny just walks around, wouldn't talk to him. Yeah, guys, because you're firing people every 5 minutes. You think I'm going to talk to you? I don't want to talk to you.
Hey, you're the perfect candidate for a segment we do, man. We call it Hell Yeah, Hell No.
Ooh.
So we can need a hell yeah or hell no out of you after we ask this question. So, Smitty, go ahead if you want the first one.
All right, hell yeah or hell no. Are you a top 5 white skilled player of all time? Take your time. Take your time.
You see.
I mean, so
Think about it. Think about
so
it.
if we say run, I'm trying to think because of receivers.
Yeah. You got, Steve Largent, Cooper
People
Kupp.
are going to hate me for that. They're going to be like,
nah, I need to hear it. I want to hear it.
It's got to be, yeah. I mean, like, so.
Hell yeah.
I mean, but you have to think about it. Like, CMC is a different breed.
All right.
I mean, I also didn't play in that time, but, like, he's a different breed.
Yeah.
Like, Wes was a different breed. Jules, but I mean, I got to think that I kind of was too.
He was a baller now.
Like how many guys?
Yeah.
This is. I can say this now that I'm retired, and this is no form of. But like, if we're gonna go off of like numbers in like numbers of like 40, like guys, I was in the 4.3s, so like that's not slow, and so and I
It was hilarious, man.
but everyone like thinks. Because I was put in a box. It's like, he wasn't.
Yeah, Jordy Nelson. Yeah, Steve Largent. I'm just
Jordy Nelson. See that Jordy
names
Nelson was who I thought. Largent was a baller, but I mean
Cooper Kupp now. I mean, even though he's done. He's
so
done.
You could bump me out if you go off of some stats, but like,
Peyton Hillis.
Watch the tape, though. Watch the tape. No,
nah.
Peyton Hillis got hurt.
What's the boy's name in New Orleans that plays everything?
Oh, tight end quarterback.
He's good. Taysom's good, but I just felt like I was different than a lot.
You were more impactful. Like what you did.
You said it. I didn't say it. I felt like I felt like with what I did, I felt like we made it tough on teams. When you put Gates and I on the same side, what are you going to do?
Oh man, nothing. And shout out to Gates, by the way, Hall of Famer.
Yes.
I got one for you. Hell yeah, hell no. Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers is a Hall of Famer.
Woo!
I don't even want to answer. This isn't even close.
Thank you.
It's not, guys. So,
Good.
Okay. If now we're getting in a discussion, okay?
This is real shit, right?
So, I played with the greatest of all time. I played with the greatest of all time.
Yep.
Yeah, you got perspective. All right, go.
He's not crazy below him. Guys, he didn't. So the thing with Phillip, I know you guys are going to hate this. The thing with Phillip, he didn't have an organization set up. Guys, Tom didn't have to do anything. Like, he did, but like I'm saying, like, he had the structure. Now, he still made it work in Tampa, but that would have been exhausting to do that for 20 years without some. We knew we were getting fired if we didn't do something correct. In San Diego, it wasn't like that, guys.
Yeah.
Like, so, and I've got to be careful how I say it. In New England, you always knew the best player was going to be out there. And I'm not going to go further than that because I don't want to talk down. I love my time in San Diego. It was one of my most favorite times. But you knew beyond a shadow of a doubt, if it's 3rd and 3 and the game's on the line. Now, you kind of still knew that in San Diego, but like your best players are going to be in there no matter what. You're not going to – Bill wasn't a guy that was like, oh, well, we drafted him in the 2nd round, so he's going to play. What? Like that's not how Bill stuck around. So there was like this – every single person on the team knew what to do and knew what the people around them were doing. In other places, I'm not going to name teams, that's not the case. Not everyone knows what to do. So think about this. And it sucked because he still had it. And I'm not even going to say the name. But in New England, if someone ran an in cut and didn't come friendly and drifted up, and Tom threw a pick because of that guy's not playing anymore. At other places, if that happens, it's like, oh, that quarterback sucks. Huh? Did you watch the film? Did you watch the receiver not come friendly? Because if that receiver comes friendly, he's not throwing a pick. He's just not. And so, like, I was able to see Phil, man, some of the times I had with Phil was the best. We called it backyard football. We'd get a first down on 3rd and 5. I remember Christmas Eve against the Raiders. We were so low. We had so many injuries. Him and I are talking in the backfield because I knew what my route was. I go, do you really want that? Because I knew I was like, I'm going to beat this guy. I go, do you really want that, or you want me to go to the other side and run a chip sneak? So across, just because they're not going to expect it. We killed someone on it. We get after. We're in the huddle looking at each other, laughing because we're playing playground football.
Yeah.
And Phillip also never took one note. I've never seen someone with photographic memory like him in my life. And he'd be like, hey, Duddy, he was our film guy, video guy. Hey, Duddy, can you go back in, I think it was 2013. This D coordinator was at this place and we played can you go back to that clip? And then what do you think happened that next week? Same exact thing. We're playing against the Bengals in the playoffs. I'm hurt. Everyone's hurt. I have a reroute out to the sideline, and it's 3rd and 5 or something. We're literally in mid cadence. The ball snapped. He goes, "What do you run a sneak?" And it can, so anyone knows a sneak is across the ball. A read is the other side. And I hear it, and let's go. He said it, so I'm not getting in trouble.
Right.
I run the sneak. We convert it, 3rd down, and a huge 3rd down. We end up scoring on that drive, and we win the playoff game. Like, some of the stuff he did was wild. So, like, that was the easiest, I've ever seen because I saw it personally. Now, not everyone's seen that. So I understand some people being like, no, he's not. He had turnovers. Like, well, the thing with Phil is Phil's like, I'm going to throw a couple extra picks because I'm going to try to win. Some guys at the end of games are like, well, we're down by 2 touchdowns. I don't want to throw a pick. He's going to try to force it in there. If there's time on the clock, he's like, let's score a touchdown. We still got a chance. 4 seconds left. We'll get the onside. I'll throw a Hail Mary. Like, that's his belief system. But I can see why some people may argue, but he's not far from the go.
I'm so glad you said this, Danny, because I just had an argument with my amazing co-host the other day, and I thought the same thing. I thought Phillip, I'm like, come on, are we watching different tape here? And JB, well, I don't know. I'm
JB,
like,
no, let me say this. He's a real one.
Hey.
Now the guy, both those guys, we all know can't run out of their shadow. Like, we know that.
Yeah.
Some of the slowest human beings I've ever seen. But, man.
Sling it.
Hey, let me ask you last thing, man. I can't thank you enough. You killed it. Hell yeah or hell no? You're going to get rid of that green thing behind you.
No, guys, this is.
You know why, though? You know why, though?
I don't know why. Why is that?
The green dildos are taking over. The green dildos are taking over.
Guys, I mean, we got some not. We got.
They got a green chair too. You got the green dildo colored chair.
Oh, 100% I do. But now I didn't know. I haven't seen that. My wife and I are going to have some conversation.
Everybody's throwing – they're throwing the green dildo at the WNBA game. Every game they're throwing them on the court.
Hey,
this is a real thing,
Danny.
Danny.
My heart seeing on the last one. That touched my heart. Made me giggle a little.
Made me chuckle.
Hey,
made
man.
me chuckle. Just a
Danny, shit, no, I can't thank you enough. We got to do it again, man. We got to have you out during the football season, man. Follow Danny on X and man, can't thank you enough for hopping on here, man. I tried to hold on to you for as long as I could because I'm trying to sneak Weddle in here to fucking surprise you, but he's got practice and shit. He's out here.
Know, he's doing that old coaching thing.
Yeah, I know. So he'll be on our show every Monday during the season. So we got
have me on sometime during the season. I'd love to. I love talking ball.
No doubt. Is it done? I appreciate you, brother. You and your wife, man. All success, and hopefully we'll have you on soon, brother.
Sounds good, fellas. Have a good one.
You too, brother. Appreciate it.